MC2000 here, and today I'm bringing you some rumors to do with the DC universe. Yes, I did pick the picture of Jason from Battle of the Cowl to take the piss. The fact that everybody says Affleck kills so many people. Leave me alone. Anyway, my big question is, we've been teased about Red Hood being in these films from the very beginning. So, we now know who is playing Batman, but my question is who's playing Red Hood. Now, I have two answers for this. The one that I woke up to and heard today, which I have a feeling some people probably will not like. Let's get that one out of the way first, shall we? Zac Efron. Bit of a wild card, you might say. Normally plays pretty boys, you might say. Not someone I'd associate with being a ruthless vigilante, he might say. But, well, let's get into that, shall we? The other rumour is that it is going to be Ben Affleck's son playing the fallen son. There's a sense of irony there, isn't there? He looks fairly good there in that picture. He looks like he could fit the bill. Not so sure about this guy though. Quite boy featured. Anyway, let's have a look. These I also saw these in conjunction with the rumour. These are concept art of what his version of Red Hood could look like. And I must say, I like these pictures. They look good. If Red Hood looks like this in the movie, I'm happy no matter who plays him. But, you know, literally they could just totally mess him up the entire film, and I'd just be happy with the costume. Yeah, okay, but seriously, that's not an excuse if you mess up. No, do not mess it up. Okay. Anyway, let's run down the costume. Below the belt, looks like we got some jeans on. Very rugged, very torn up on both pictures. Then we got a belt, got some pouches. Going to the upper body, we got something that looks like some kind of body armor on over like a lycra, pretty light t-shirt on underneath the body armor. We got full hand gloves. Yeah, thing is, I think there ain't that many that use like fingerless. But hey ho. We have the Red Hood symbol on the chest, which is a variant of the bat symbol. So this makes me wonder, is he going to be an ally in this, given the fact he has the symbol on in such an early concept design? Would be cool to see him as an ally straight off the bat, and maybe explain how he came to be through flashbacks. Looking here at the helmetless version, going up to the face, shoulder pads, got some nice red on it. Going up to the face, this is presumably Zac Efron here, looking very rugged, got wild hair, stubble, wearing a variant of a robbing mask which is crimson red, which is appropriate. I've always been more of a fan of the idea he discards the mask after he becomes Red Hood and he just wears the helmet. I don't know why he continues to wear a robbing mask underneath. Maybe that's something they'll explain in the film. Then turning our attention to the helmet on the one last thing, the holsters appear to be on the body as opposed to on his legs, so that's a big change. Go away, sir. Skype. Anyway, looking at the upper body anyway on the helmet, I'm getting a very big Arkham vibe here with the hood. Hood's different from the Arkham, and one thing I love about the upper body on this mask is you're looking through the helmet into that helmet, and I'm not sure if the eyes are going to be black in the film, but looking at this, you just look through the hood into that helmet, and you're just looking into, like, emptiness inside the helmet. It's perfect. It's like you're looking into a dead man's soul. That is something I've always wanted them to capture. Either that, or you have mirrored lenses and have it like really intimidating, because it just reflects you back at you. So black, empty, headed kind of look, or the And also, it looks like he's holding two either Desert Eagles or I'm gonna take a shout and say either Berettas or Desert Eagles. Two of those. One is, funny thing is, it's not holstered. It would have been cooler if it was holstered in the helmetless picture, given the fact he's only holding one pistol. And also, where the hell does the hood go on the helmetless picture? Nearly said pistol. As I said, getting heavy Arkham vibes from this costume. Maybe Zac and the costume designers took a bit of inspiration from the Arkham games. Not knocking it, because like Zac loves the Arkham games, and so does a number of people working on this. So I actually like this. I liked the Arkham costume for Red Hood, the second Arkham costume. I like the second Arkham costume. It was alright. Suited Red Hood, did the purpose well, looked very makeshift. But this, I like this even more, because you just got this washed out black running through the entire suit, and then you've just got the elements of crimson red. It looks really nice, and to be honest, I'm getting a Dark Knight vibe. I'm getting like a Dark Knight vibe here. It feels like it feels like it belongs in Nolan's trilogy more than it does the current one. But I do like the new design. I think if this is what they use on screen, I'll be a happy bunny. Not sure. There is nothing in the rumor about what film he's in. I'm presuming solo Batman, because Jason would be really out of place in Justice League, because I doubt he'd be considered even like an assistant to a member. He wouldn't even be considered that, because like Batman doesn't really like working with Jason. He does work with him, but they have a lot of arguments, so it wouldn't really work for him to be in Justice League. Maybe if he's one of a number of villains in Justice League, but then again, he'd probably get wiped out by Wonder Woman and Cyborg pretty easily. If he was just somebody who combated Batman, however, it would be a pretty straight fight. Having said that, I don't know, I've never really seen him go up against anything other than Batman's Rogue Gallery and some Titans characters, but like, he's mostly centered as a Batman character. You never really see him in much else other than his own books. So I haven't seen him go up against anybody like Wonder Woman. I've seen him have a scuffle with Supergirl once. But you know, that was New 52. New 52, to be honest, is not my favourite version of Red Hood. I have quite a few gripes in the 52 version. Anyway. And the helmetless version, I'm getting kind of like a Red Hood retcon kind of feel. It's like the black of the hood, the shoulder pads, the holsters being on the chest, the Red Hood symbol in the center. I'm just getting the Red Hood retcon kind of vibe. Which Red Hood retcon, there's one episode of it up. It's a fan web series. There's only one episode of it up so far. It's really good. I enjoyed it. They tried to make him a bit more funny, a bit more jokey, a bit less serious in that one, which I enjoyed. It's nice. Like, that's Red Hood humor done right. So DC, take note. Red Hood and Arsenal was not funny for me, but retcon, I was laughing out loud. Literally, my parents came up into my room while I was watching it and told me to not be so loud, because I was just laughing my head off at this. Because he throws a can of beads at this criminal's head. It's really funny. Anyway, so I'm glad to see we're getting less of a copycat Batman and more of a Red Hood kind of look. Looking at you, Arkham Knight. Right, anyway, now let's compare the man underneath the hood to Mr. Efron here. Yeah. Now, it's hard to get decent pictures of Jason where he isn't super beaten up. Like, 9 times out of 10, if he hasn't got the helmet on, he looks really beaten up and really bloody and bruised and everything, so it's... But, you know, back up here, he looks rough, he looks beaten up, he looks bruised. So, you know, they got that right, in that concept art. If that is indeed Efron, it looks like Efron to me in that concept art. Or it looks like it's supposed to resemble Efron. But I can see elements, like... Looking at that picture of Efron right there, that looks to me like that could very believably be Jason looking at the camera if you had like maybe Batman maybe if this is only half the picture and the other half of the picture is Bruce Wayne putting his arm around him, that could be. I could buy that as Jason. Maybe you make it a bit rougher. Anyway, I have 2 questions for the day to end off. I'd like you to answer down in the comments. Question 1: what is your favorite design for Red Hood? You can say the Efron concept art. You can say Retcon, Fallen, Arkham, New 52, Pre-52, any version you want. Like, even if there's like a fan-made comic out there that I haven't seen and you like that, let me know and I'll take a look. Just tell me what your favorite version of Red Hood is. It doesn't even have to be character-wise. I'm just on about design here. I've always been a Pre-52 fan. I've always liked his Pre-52 gear more, with New 52 being okay, but minus a few features. I didn't like some of the features in New 52. And his Phase 2 New 52 gear that he had in Red Hood and Arsenal, I despised. With like the flak jacket. Ugh. I hated that. That made me sick. If you like that, it's your own though. I'm not saying you can't like it. You got Red Hood the Fallen there, which is a favourite of mine. It's not too far removed from the original, but it still has its own unique take on it. I like the Arkham design, but to be honest, I think my favourites at the moment are this concept art and the original. So if we see this concept art in the movie, I will like it, and it'll be probably one of my favourite look-wise anyway for Red Hood. Anyway, my second question is, who would you prefer to see play the character? After what I've said, would you like to see Efron play Red Hood, or would you prefer to see the son of Batman play Red Hood? See what I did there? Haha. Anyway guys, hope you guys have enjoyed and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.